Out of a spawn, and threw some of them out because didn't have enough color, put the rest of them in and sold them. But it drove the market down on domestic stock, and but now now there's more culling going on. They're getting better breeders, and so I mean the domestic stock is starting to compete with the foreign stock, and gives you that much more to learn. But it's also being available to the U.S. people as well, so they can upgrade however they want to upgrade their stock. They have that availability.
Let him swim away. Let him swim away.
This is the third or fourth time I guess I've been down to this show, either visiting or judging. Every year I seem, more impressed with the quality of the koi. They told me the numbers weren't quite as high this year, but there were more quality koi here this year than I think I've seen in past years. So you can tell it's developing, that the members are getting a better eye for the koi, that they're becoming more competitive. Yeah, what happened is they had 7 sizes, 209 fish. So what we did is sizes 1 through 4. One team did size 2 and 4. The other team did size 1 and 3. Size 5 had 15 kohakus. So while one team was doing those, the other team did all the other koi in size 5, because that was a very tough competition. You imagine 15 fish, no 2 were in the same tank, trying to remember them all and go from tank to tank. It makes it a challenge. We went around once, looked at each fish closely, came back together, kind of eliminated some, said, okay, picked out 5 or 6 that we thought were worth a second look, and then did a second walk around, looked at them all again, to solidify in our minds what we thought the order should be, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Had some discussion as we did that, which we always do. And it's very time consuming, but it's well worth the effort, because you can see so much, so many different characteristics when you have that many koi in one size, that it's a great learning experience for the judge. Unfortunately, it's not good for the public, because they can't hear what we're saying, they can't see what we're seeing at the same time. And hopefully, during tank talks tomorrow, those that have questions will be able to get some answers. On the other hand, there was one group of, I think it was 12 to 15 Shiro Utsuris, but they were all in the same tank, which was very much Japanese style judging. And Galen and I judged that group, and it was like, wow, this is going to be so nice to see them all together. Well, it was still difficult, because it looks like they were all brothers and sisters. But at least having them right there next to each other made it easier to, do our initial, okay, let's get it down to 5 or 6 fish, because we didn't have to walk all the way around to do it. So it went a little more quickly, but still a lot of discussion, a lot of looking. But it was kind of nice it was a good way for us to, see both types of judging again, because Japanese judging, it just isn't available anymore. You'll always hear us make a comment among ourselves, we like this one today, but I would like to take that one home. And it's not unusual, and we're not afraid, in the comments afterwards when people ask us, well, why did you pick one over the other? And we just remind them we have to judge what we see today. Today, this fish is the best. Doesn't mean it's the one I'd want in my pond. I might want fish C in my pond rather than fish A that won. But I don't particularly have a problem just distinguishing that I'm judging today from I'm buying today. I get very focused on what my job is for that day. I think we're constantly seeing the bodies on the fish get better, of all the varieties. People are becoming more discerning in what they want. They're becoming more knowledgeable in what's acceptable. So I think you're seeing, better confirmations come throughout the koi hobby. I think the white background, originally we were taught an utsuri was a black fish with a white, yellow, or red pattern on it. But I don't really think you see that when you look at them anymore. I think you're seeing the white background on the Shirotsuori with a black pattern on it. And the white has improved so much, and it's become such a good palette for the black lacquer to lay on that it's just made them more and more exciting to judge. The fact that you don't see as much of the old Ichimatsumoyo pattern, the old checkerboard pattern, has made them more interesting to judge. You don't have to have that stepping stone checkerboard. Almost any type of pattern is acceptable. You do want to see both colors in the head. That's probably the one hard, fast rule that we still have on Shirotsuoris, or any of the Utsuoris. You want both colors in the head. You don't want to see the pecs totally black. Other than that, you know, there are no other rules other than looking at the quality, the conformation, the skin, the depth of color. And so it has changed. I have seen a change in the way we appreciate the Utsuri varieties over the years.
My name is Don Kobashigawa. I belong to the ZNA Southern California chapter Koi Club. And first of all, I want to thank the Central Florida Koi Clubs for organizing a great event here. It's beautiful weather. As a matter of fact, I thank you all for having California weather for us. We just love it out here. It's a great place to be, and just felt like we were at home. And thank you for the hospitality. I've been interested in koi for quite a while, probably around maybe 30 years now, and I've actually been serious probably for the last maybe 17, 18 years. I've been with ZNA Southern California chapter since 1990, and what really drew me into the Koi Club really was really the people. Whenever you go to a certain club and you're interested in a certain topic, what really draws you in is the friendly people that are already there. And for that, you know, I really have to thank ZNA Southern California chapter. At that time, there were gentlemen like Bob Estrella, Jimmy Inoue, Sam Kajikawa, Charlie Sue, and Grant Fujita. These were all the founders of the club at that time. And I was very, very fortunate because they took me under their wing and they taught me a lot about koi. I was fortunate enough to be introduced to a lot of the Japan judges that came by, and everyone seemed to take an interest in me for whatever reason. But I was very fortunate. I just asked a lot of questions. And basically, the koi hobby is such that, you know, as much as we think we know, there's always something else that we can learn. And even now, when we have Japan judges come along, I just can't wait to get with them so that I can ask them about certain reasons why they selected koi for this position or that position. But it's very, very interesting. And the one thing you learn about koi too is that it's a subjective area. There are guidelines that we do follow. However, there is a subjective component to that as well. It's all for fun. We thoroughly enjoy it, but the competition is fierce. As we could see out here in the Central Florida Koi Show, there's a lot of fish out here, beautiful fish.